Hi, thanks for visiting youneedapeptalk.com. My name is Julie, and I'm here today to talk about food additives and what you can look for in food labels, what you might want to avoid, and things that you might not have known before. I'm definitely not here to tell you what you should or shouldn't put in your body, and I'm not here to cause problems. I just want you to make informed decisions and just share some information about healthy living because you matter and what you put in your body matters. So if you might be feeling a little crummy, you might be feeling run down, um, it might have to do with something that you're putting in your body. And we have to watch the toxins that we put in our body. We're exposed to environmental toxins all the time. We can control what we put in our body to an extent. We can't know everything, but if you know certain ingredients can be toxic, you might limit them to just a small amount or just choose not to have them at all. Some people are more sensitive to these than others, but just to have a little knowledge about what they could be and how you might be affected would be helpful, I thought. So I wanted to share this. I've done a lot of research. I've been trying to eat, they say eat clean, and the manufacturers are getting keen to our desire to eat clean. You might want to only eat foods that have 5 ingredients or less. Eating clean is just eating things that you know what the ingredients are. So my general rule is if I don't know what an ingredient is, my body's not going to know what it is either. So I try not to eat that. Just a general rule of thumb that I take. So your additives that are recognized by the FDA are food preservatives, food flavorings, and food colorings. Let's start with colorings. Food colorings they're only to enhance the appearance of food. They're not adding any kind of nutrition. They're not adding any kind of value to the food, except the FDA calls it fun food. They even put it in quotes on their website, fun food. So it's to entice people, to make people think the food might be more fresh. It might have to do with our intrinsic need for colorful foods, that our eyes see the color and say, oh, that's healthy. But it's artificial because these food colorings, if they're not natural food colorings, they're produced with petro. So they're basically gasoline-derived food colorings. And some people are sensitive to them. If you are, you probably know some of the food colorings that are approved by the FDA are known to cause problems with people with asthma. And the ones that are approved by the FDA are called FD&C food colorings. And you'll see them toward the end of the ingredients list if you start reading labels. FD&C are approved by the FDA as safe in our food. But some of them are linked to some problems, specifically blue number 1 is shown to cross the blood-brain barrier, and it's toxic to our mitochondria. And it's in our food. In fact, I was doing this research for you guys, and I bought my kids some new toothpaste, and I thought, that was sort of bright. I didn't realize I bought the gel. I'm just going to go take a peek. So yesterday I went upstairs and I pulled their tube of toothpaste. I'm going to try to hide the brand here, but it has FD&C blue number 1. That's the one that crosses the blood-brain barrier and is toxic to your mitochondria. Now, this toothpaste, I know they don't eat it, but the problem is that our tongue and our gums absorb directly into our bloodstream. It's the same thing with people who chew tobacco. The reason they chew tobacco is that it absorbs through their gums and they get the effect without the smoke. It's just our biology. Whatever we put in our mouth is absorbed even if we don't eat it. Okay, so FD&C, you gotta be careful. Some of these, a rule of thumb that I was reading on the Feingold site was if the food coloring has a number after it, just don't buy it because it's probably linked to something that's not too healthy for you. And the thing is, we don't need the colors. It's crazy. So The D and C food colorings are not deemed safe by the FDA for human consumption because they have twice as much lead as the F, D, and C food colorings. And I know I'm throwing out a lot of letters, but I have a purpose. So that the D and C are not approved because of the lead, but you can find them in children's medicine and also in the toothpaste that I bought my kids. The last ingredient is D and C yellow number 10, which the FDA says it's not approved for ingestion, but we can find it in our kids' toothpaste, which was very enlightening to me, and I need to go shopping for some new toothpaste. So just read your labels and you'll hear, oh, it's the last ingredient, there's very minimal, there's trace elements of it. My point is, I don't want it. Don't put it in my stuff, so I'm not going to buy it. And hopefully as people become more informed, their sales will drop and they'll say, oh, maybe we should take the lead containing coloring out of our toothpaste. Maybe they don't even realize it's in there, that it causes problems. So all we can do is make a better choice now that we know. So I'm going to not be too hard on myself and let that go and just make a better choice. But I found that very interesting. All right, so the next one is preservatives. The FDA they passed a food additive amendment. The government passed it. The FDA follows this law, this amendment. And anything that was used prior to 1958 in our food, natural, unnatural, artificial, is grandfathered in as safe. I don't know how this all works as far as, bills and laws and so forth, but there are some additives, artificial preservatives that have been grandfathered in due to this amendment, which are linked to cancer. In fact, BHT and BHA are used by scientists. They inject them into laboratory mice to speed the growth of tumors so they can study cancer. And you'll find BHT and BHA in many things. It's on the FDA's website. As I was researching, they said it's a powerful antioxidant and it suppresses free radicals, which is great. It makes things last longer. It stays more fresh. However, once people put that BHT and BHA in their bodies, it's a pro-oxidant, which causes problems in our bodies. So outside our body, it's great. It's a great antioxidant, free radicals, but once we put it in, our body has to process that chemical, and it's shown to be harmful and linked to cancer. So BHA and BHT, watch for it on labels. You'll see it in cereals, crackers. Another concerning one, which was grandfathered in, was nitrates. And nitrates are definitely linked to cancer. You'll find them in everything from breakfast sausage to lunch meat. Just be aware. And then another tricky thing is that nitrates are the chemical form. There's also a natural nitrate called celery seed. And it has the same effect in our bodies, even though it's natural. So stay away from the celery seed. You'll see that as a natural nitrate. Same effect as the chemical nitrate, and can cause problems. So, every once in a while you might have some of this, but you don't want to have it part of your diet every day because it can be linked to a lot of problems, and cancer is very prevalent. So if it's known to cause problems, I'm of the opinion, why mess with that? Okay, so then the final additive is food flavorings, and this one isn't so inflammatory to me. It doesn't hit the nerves the same way, but watch for anything on the labels that says artificial flavoring. It's a petrochemical, it's an additive that your body has to process. And the whole idea is that if your body doesn't recognize a chemical that you put into it, it goes into protect mode. Your body will actually form a fat cell around the toxin and push it away from your organs to protect you. So if you're having trouble with, body fat around the midriff, it could be the toxins that you're putting into your body, and your body's trying to protect your vital organs from these kind of things that it doesn't recognize. Our bodies are amazing and they'll protect us. So just be aware of possible toxins you could be putting into your body, and just know that everything you eat matters and you matter. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye.